Hello everyone, potpotsie here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to host your own Realms server. So everyone has been requesting this video. I have one also on how to join one. So if you want to join these servers online, you're going to have to follow those steps. So I'll pop a little bubble right here on the screen so you can go to that too. So you're going to need to follow both. But anyway, to get started, you just go to your browser. So I'm going to use Google Chrome here. Type in Pocket Mines and find pocketmine.net right there. It's really quite simple. It's only a few steps you have to do to get this whole thing done. Now click on the SourceForge page. You can see all this stuff. Just go down to the bottom, SourceForge page. Now download, obviously, the big green one. It'll start real quickly. It should only take a moment to download too, depending on how fast your internet is, but it shouldn't take too long no matter what. But let's see, 13. It'll only take a second. So also, you have to be relatively familiar with your router settings, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. Every router is different, obviously, and you've got to be able to port forward to make sure it's available all over the world. So I'll show you guys how to do that in this video. I may make a separate video on it too, just in case, but you know, it's not too bad. It should be easy. Alright, so I just skipped over that part because it just took a minute. There's no reason for you to watch that. So now once you're done with that, you can go ahead and minimize this for now and go into your downloads folder. I just put mine right here on the desktop to make it simple for the video. Now just run this installer and it's going to ask you where you want to install the server folder. So next, obviously, you agree and then pick the destination. Just, I don't care. I'm gonna have it installed to the downloads folder, and once you do that, it doesn't matter where you install it, you can still move it later on. Okay, so if you want to install it in the downloads, get it all set up and then move it to the desktop, that's not a problem. You can do whatever you want, and it may try to do this Microsoft Visual stuff depending on what you have installed or not installed. So it should only take a second now. Now once that's done, you go ahead and click next and go ahead and let it run. Okay, so this is what's going to pop up, and it's just going to take a second. What it's going to do is it's going to start running the PHP code that was installed with the server. So it will make sure all the settings are proper. It will generate a world, as you can see, level world not found there because there isn't a world, you just downloaded the server files. So it's going to go ahead and generate one, as you can see, import it into a different format that Pocket Mines actually uses for the realms. It's almost done now. There you go, done. So now the server's running. The thing about this though is it's only running on local, so you can only connect when you're in the same Wi-Fi network. Now if you want it to be worldwide, which I think is most of the point of making a server, most people want to make a server because they want it to be online. So if you want that, you go ahead and exit out of this. You can see here, this is the server file. You're not going to use this anymore. This is just the installer. You can get rid of that. It doesn't, it's nothing. So now you go in here and you've got all this stuff. So you've obviously got your whitelist, which is a list for adding names that you want people to be allowed to join. You've got server properties. This is an important place to be. So look at the bottom here. Enable query equals on. Make sure it says on. If it does not say on, you're going to have problems. It's not going to work. Now things like PvP on, spawn mobs, game modes, allow flight, animals, those kinds of things are just whatever. You can do whatever you want, but with enable query it needs to be on. Also, the amount of RAM you allow it to use obviously is up to you. The port, just leave it the default and leave this blank. This is the welcome message, so when you join the server it will say welcome, whatever their name is, to the server. This is the description, server name. Those things are all optional. This query again is mandatory. You have to do that, and leave the port too. That is also mandatory. There's only 5 ports you can actually use. So this is the part I'm talking about. This is the part, if you want it to be an online server, you've got to have this port. So this port is 19132. So you need to write that down probably, or at least keep this up. Now once you're done with that, you're going to go down to start and type in CMD. Okay. Now just go ahead and enter. Now you're going to see this, and you're going to type in ipconfig. So ipconfig, all one word, hit enter. Now you're going to scroll up, and you're going to see this right here, default gateway. Mine says 192.168.0.1. You need that number. You also need the IPv4 address, which is right here. So just keep this over here too. It's not too complicated. It might look that way for a moment, but just really don't. It's not. It's not. Just don't worry. So go ahead and open this. I'm going to slide it over. I already know my IP, but I'm just showing you guys for the video. So go ahead and go to here and type in your IP address. Okay. Oops. I'm going to delete that. 192. Now this is. What is it doing? It's not even letting me type. Okay. Fine. Okay. 192. So you can see I've already have it pre-written there. So that's this address you need is the default gateway. So make sure you do that one. Then hit enter. This is the modem setting. So now you can put this back. Now everyone is different, like I was saying. This is my modem, but yours might not be. So it's more than likely not the same one. So you're going to need to find out where your port forwarding settings are. But if you have advanced settings or anything like that, security stuff, it's probably in there. So mine is, I scroll to the bottom and see advanced port forwarding right here under security, maybe routing, depending on the router. It's all set up differently for each one. So I click this. Now this is it's not too complicated. We're almost done. So this is a starting port. This is the thing right here. So you pull up this, and it's 19132. So you type that in right here. 1. Okay, so I've got it pre-written. So you do it for both ports. It's the only port you want to open for this specific thing. TCP, UDP. Some routers will let you do both at the same time. Mine does not. So I'll have to type it in for TCP and then do it again for UDP. Now this is the last, basically the last step here. Okay, so you go back to this and you look at IPv4 address. This is 192.168.0.101. Slightly different than this. This IP address identifies the specific device I'm on, which I'm on a Windows 7 computer, and it's this address. So now you go here, and it's already pre-written except for the last part. So I do 101, and that's that. Then I hit add, which I've already added them, so I'm not going to, but you need to. And it will probably want you to apply and reboot your router because it's going to be opening up a new port. Then once you're done with that, you're going to go up here, switch it to UDP if yours does not do both. Some of them have a little button you can click that does both, so UDP and TCP. Then you type that information in again, hit add. Now once you're done with that, you can go ahead and get out of here, and also out of this page. It's no longer needed. Now this one, again, I can't emphasize this enough. So many people come to me saying, you know, it didn't work or whatever, and it's because enable query needs to be on, and the port has to be the same. You just port forwarded this port so that this server can run on this machine, if that makes any sense to you. So now a lot of these things you can change, but this is how you want it to be for now. So that's that part of it. Now you're going to go ahead and go to the browser again, Pocket Mines, and go back to the original page, which is not even there anymore. Great. Okay. Pocket Mines. Go find that page again, pocketmine.net, and go to Pocket Mine Realms. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of this thing on the bottom. Okay. Now, if you want to register your server publicly on this list, click here. You want it to be available, log in or register, depending on, you know, if you're registered already. I'm going to presume you're not because you're doing this. So I'm going to click login and type in my username, and hopefully I remember my bloody password. I don't know if that's it. There we go. Okay. No, wrong password. Don't give me this crap. Don't give me this. I can't remember. I don't really go on here, so I just made it some weird thing. It's not one of my normal passwords. Okay, there we go. Alright, so at this point, you're going to go ahead and go add server up here. Okay. Now, hopefully this makes sense to you. This is how you're going to make it so it's on publicly, alright? So, IP. Click on a tab and go to, and just search what's my IP, and click on what's my IP.org. You're going to see this IP address. Okay, this is your IP address right now, your public one. This is how people are going to find you. So you go back to the server list and paste the IP. Okay, that port, just leave it because we already did the default. Whitelist, this is only if you want a whitelist, so you only have your friends join or whoever you add rather than anyone. So you can click that or not. It's completely up to you. Now, what you do after this is you click on the dummy plugin. Oops, I done it twice. Okay. Now, next thing, you minimize this. Go back to the server. Open your downloads folder. Why is it being stupid? Okay, whatever, fine. Go to downloads. Go ahead and take one of these, copy it, go back into this server, and go to plugins. Right click, paste, or Control V. I'm just showing you guys so you can see it on the screen. Now once that's there, you're going to go ahead and go out of there, and start the server, okay? Now, it's fine. Don't worry about this warning junk. It's just warning you because you're running this plugin. Now go to the browser, and you're going to click on this, and you're going to click Add, okay? So, boom, come on, let's go. Okay, there we go, success. You're out of the server. Now make sure you change the plugins. Alright, so now, minimize this window, go back here, close the server, go into plugins, and delete that plugin. You're never going to use it again, okay? It makes your server insecure, so just get it out of there. Now, you go back, well, you start the server, minimize it, go to the web browser again, and click on Manage up here on the right. Now, you're going to see these right here. I have mine all offline right now, except for the one I just showed you guys, which is this one right here. These are my other servers, which are just tests right now. But this is the one I just added. It's going to say pending. Give it about 5 minutes, maybe less probably. It usually only takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, and then it will go online. Okay, and then once it is online, it will show up on this server index thing. Okay, and here it is. These are all the servers that are online, whitelisted, whatever they are. Now, with that said, you're not going to see these servers on your iPad, iPhone, Android device unless you make sure you configure your phone properly. So I'm going to put up another bubble right here to show you. You need to click this link to learn how to join servers. If you've already followed my steps, then don't worry about it. But otherwise, yes, you need to go there, make sure you have it all set up properly. Also, with that said, if you want to do the original realms later on, you just turn off the proxy. You'll know what I'm talking about when I say proxy when you go back to the other video. But just don't worry about that for now. Just go to that video, follow the steps, you'll be good to go. Let me see it. It's still pending, but it'll just be another minute till it's ready. You can click the red button to remove, as you can see, and edit server info, whitelist, which you can do the whitelist stuff from the inside anyway. So there you go. That's how you make a server. Really, I told you it was going to be simple. It's not too complicated. As long as you follow me, you should be good. And, you know, it's not too hard to follow this little tutorial. If you ever want to turn it off, you can either type stop or just exit. Also, I'll tell you about this. If you type in help, it's going to give you all this, showing help pages, the commands you can do. And you can do help 2 and have the next all the way through 6 pages. So this is how you kick people, ban them, make them operators, do things like that. And you can also write commands when you're on the server if you just type on the chat box and do / and you can type commands there too. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I had a lot of requests for this video because a lot of people want to run the servers. They don't know how. I hope this made sense. If not, you know, you can just ask me. Go to my Twitter page. I'm at potpotsie_, and I'm also at MCPE News, which most of you probably have heard of. Both of them will be in the description below. Go to there, follow, tweet me. I read them all. If you have a problem with how things are working on here, you can also drop a comment below. Please like if it worked for you, and if it didn't work for you, come talk to me. Then you can come back later on. But make sure if it doesn't work for you, you put a comment saying what your problem is, not just, you know, people sometimes go on there and they hit dislike and they hit, you know, in the comment section they say it didn't bloody work, and it's like, you know, if you just told me what your problem was, I can help you fix it, because it obviously works. I'm using it right now. So that's it. I'm done talking about nothing. So thanks again, everyone, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Make sure you watch that video.